unexcited.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
But at that point in time, they needed a wake-up call. And you know, that first play of the game when Kobe threw that interception, and one play later they ran it, I don't know, about 67, 68 yards maybe for a touchdown. Yep. And that was all she needed to get the
game. We came right back out and went 3 and out.
Well, but it was certainly a wake-up call.
It was. And, you know, we kind of had that same thing happen against Ridgeland, and you cannot continue to do that. And we worked on that day of practice, trying to start practice fast, trying to do some things. And that's really important. You know, we did that last year at Cartersville. You know, first play of the game, boom, there it goes. And when you play against good teams, then you get yourself way behind.
That's true. Yeah, one of the things, not to discredit Columbus at all, but they ain't no Cartersville, and you're right, so we could rebound against that. But you take a team like a much-improved Sandy Creek team this year. You know, last year folks were saying, hey, this is going to all be between Troup and Cartersville. But not so. Hold on. You know, you got Sandy Creek that's not been around. They've been around, but they've not been relevant the last couple of years, and I think you guys had something to do with that. Not as they used to be when Chip Walker.
I wouldn't say not relevant. I would just say on the
they hadn't been a state championship caliber team.
They hadn't made deep runs in the playoffs.
Yeah. But I think that they may have something to say about this year. So Region 5, 4A. Just seemed like get a little bit tougher this year, for sure.
Yeah, it is definitely that, and you know, especially starting this week with Harris County and the next week with Callaway, and you cannot continue to put yourself behind the 8 ball, so to speak. And so those are some things we're trying to clean up. But for the most part, we looked a lot better execution-wise on film than we did the first game. And you kind of have to take a step back. You kind of have to see the film. You don't want to be looking at the scoreboard. You got to kind of, you know, the things that you need to see in the execution was a little bit better.
Right. Hey, we're live here at Your Pie Pizza, Keeler LaGrange Coaches Show. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson. We'll be right back on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. It's TOWD at Kia LaGrange. The 2020 Kia Sportage LX is here with all new, updated interior and exterior style and comfort on the inside that rivals vehicles twice the price. State-of-the-art technology, lots of power on the hood, and room in the back for luggage, coolers, and the dogs. All this for only $20,990. Come by today and take a look. Take a test drive. Take one home. Check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Sign number 111569. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at Mallory.
When he was a kid. And after a lot of schooling and training, now Precision Auto Body is one of the premier body shops in Georgia and Alabama.
Hey,
are we ready?
Bartlett. Come see us today down at
I'm seeing a
Precision
commercial.
Auto Body right here in LaGrange.
Hey, Todd, we'll be with you in just a second. You on the air? Are you on the phone?
I'm on.
All right, good. Hang on a second.
I got you, brother.
All right, man.
Auto Body, and they'll take care of the rest.
I think it's
Precision Auto Body, 101 Service Park Lane in LaGrange. Getting you back into the game is Emory Southern Orthopedics' goal. The full-service orthopedic medical practice features board-certified surgeons, a prompt care center, surgical facility, and physical therapy services. The collaborative medical team at Emory Southern Orthopedics combines with leading-edge orthopedic treatment with proven traditional methods to aid you in achieving an active, pain-free lifestyle. Emory Southern Orthopedics, getting you back into your game.
Now back to the Kia of LaGrange Coach Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Troup High School Coaches Show. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson here live at Your Pie Pizza, hosted by Kia of LaGrange. And speaking of Kia of LaGrange, we got T-O-double-D on the line. Todd, how's it going, buddy?
Man, it's fantastic, man. It's a great day to be alive. Of course, every day is great to be alive. But what I want to share with you guys is one thing that I want everybody to know, too. It ain't just about Kia LaGrange. Everybody knows our tags out there has support your local economy. You know, I think it has very important. So Kia LaGrange, we try our best to support as much things we can. It's in our county, in our city, in the area. And so I just want to make sure we put that out there. we wish we could do everything for everybody, but we do as much as we can, I can assure you.
I tell you what, Todd, you guys do a wonderful job. I'm so glad that it's worked out for both of us. I say us, talking about the Eagle Radio and Keel LaGrange, for you guys to participate. We were down and we were out at Keel LaGrange on Saturday mornings for a while, and it didn't work out that way last year or 2 years ago. But we got you guys in the game, and man, we just feel like you're part of the family. You do so much for the community. We sure do appreciate Keel LaGrange being there for not just the Troup Tigers, but all 3 high schools plus LaGrange College.
Well, I tell you what, and Coleman will know this as well, man. I tell you, I missed having you guys. It was a big thing. We did it for a long time, and I just had to go in there to Jesse and say, hey, man, this is something in my heart that I feel that we have to do. I was an athlete growing up too, and I tell you, one thing I love about athletics itself, it builds character. It keeps people out of trouble. It gives them an opportunity to excel. And to go to college and do bigger and better things as well. So that's huge to me, and so I'm glad Keel LaGrange is part of it.
Well, I tell you what, we're glad to have you guys on board. But, speaking of the sportage area this week, I was able to get out and sit in the is it the Striker last week? Was a Stinger?
No,
well, it'll sting you, buddy, because that thing is a sharp-looking car. I'm at the age where I'm going through midlife crisis. I'm going to want a Stinger. But there are other folks that's not quite got there yet. They may want a Sportage. So tell us about the Sportage out here.
Well, let me say this. That Sportage, those seats lay down in the back, too, so if you need to carry any larger item, can. Those things come with heated and cool ventilated seats. It also comes with a panoramic roof, of course, navigation, leather interior. It even comes with what they call blinder detection, of course, backup camera. It's got so much options on these cars that Kia makes for us, which is awesome. And again, I want to make sure to put it out there. It's a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on our vehicles, and all 5-star crash rated, and most of our cars are around 40-plus miles a gallon.
Sweet.
This is Coach Glisson. I tried so hard last week to get the Booster Club to buy into this Stinger thing for me. And it just didn't work out, but I tried, man. That thing is sweet.
Well, we do have the Booster Club meeting here tonight, so there's possibility we work something out.
Hey, Coach Chambers over there giving me thumbs up, so he and I can share.
Uh-oh. Sounds like something works here.
Well, I can tell you one thing, you guys will never be late for practice. 0 to 60 in just 4 seconds. No worries.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Hey, thank you, Todd. As always, we appreciate everything that Keel LaGrange does for us here.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Go LaGrange, go Troup, go Cavaliers, and go LaGrange. LaGrange College. We appreciate you guys. Hey, y'all start kicking and tail. Let's go.
I hear you.
All right.
Thanks to Todd Parrish and all the folks out at Keel LaGrange. We're back here at Your Pie Pizza with Coach Glisson, and we're talking about last week's victory of 68-13 over the Columbus Blue Devils, which just like North Side of Columbus last year, had gone to playoffs. First time they'd gone really in a long time. Hey, they're a playoff team, and I know you like to play better caliber teams as far as to kind of get you ready for that region contest.
Yeah, and I think that all 4 teams that we play in our non-region with Ridgeland, with Columbus, with Harris County, with Callaway, everyone went to the playoffs last year, and several of those teams won multiple games in the playoffs. And it's good. Columbus might not be notoriously known for football, but they're very well coached.
Yeah.
And it was a good game to kind of move us on where we are in our season.
Well, I'm looking, and I think Kevin Eckerberry on the sidelines as he is most of the games between all the schools here in Troup County. But he had a nice photograph here of Jabraylon Gooden, Andy Boykin, and my new favorite, I guess, freshman A.J. Tucker. When Jack and I were calling the Northside game, and we didn't really see him on defense a lot. We didn't notice him as much on defense as we did when he came in late in the game and ran a couple times. Like, who's that kid? I like him. And you was telling me, you're going to be seeing a lot of him. And
he's my new favorite, too. If you're a freshman middle linebacker, with some dudes around you, but he's going to be really good. He's a very humble kid. He works for everything that he's given. We started him, started off getting some carries offensively, but then we made the move and said, all right, let's roll the dice and let's get him out there, middle linebacker, and let him play through some struggles. And he did. There was a couple things Friday night or Thursday night he didn't do too well, but all in all, he's got the charisma, he's got the leadership capabilities. His motor runs 90-0. He's a guy that you'll get in a foxhole with any day of the week. I like to say he's a face in the fan guy. He'll stick his face in there in that fan, and he likes the contact.
Good.
And he's one of the stronger 14-year-olds going on 15-year-olds that I know.
Well, speaking of freshmen starters, you just don't see many of them.
We've had 3 since I've been there.
I was going to say,
We had Jace Godwin, Kobe Hudson,
right.
and now A.J. Tucker.
And that speaks volumes when the whole gamut of things, you just don't have many freshmen. Not just you, but really not a lot of high school schools have freshmen starting. So that says a lot about his ability and his maturity.
Because we're not in a position where we have to start him. We got some other guys that we could start, but he just won the job, and he really gets after it, and we're really proud of A.J. He does a great job. He works hard in the classroom. Like I said, he's a very, very humble kid.
Well, I noticed, speaking of A.J., we were kind of focusing on defense, but offensively, we were able to put up several touchdowns, and even Schweitzer got himself a touchdown. You played a lot of kids this past Thursday night.
Yeah, no, when we started talking about stats, let me back up. A.J. had 10 total tackles Friday.
Solo
tackles. And for a freshman, that's pretty good. Now, he missed some.
Okay.
And he'll probably miss some this week and probably miss some more next week. And but 10 total tackles, really, really good. And but all in all, we played a tremendous number of people. We emptied the bench, got everybody in, and we got meaningful reps. We're in the third quarter, halfway through, and we're getting all the 2s and some of the 3s in there. And the backup offensive line's in there. And so it's not like the last 2 minutes of the game and you run them out there and we're taking a knee.
Right.
And so that was really good to see. And we played them a lot on, like, special teams on kickoff and different things. So just trying to get those guys some experience.
You brought it up about the offensive line. It lets me think. I was standing in the end zone there once I got our cordless mic to the range we needed it. But I had made my way back over to the end zone and was there talking to Mr. Dunn, and we were just noticing that this was third quarter-ish, and you'd had some of you guys in, and Big Cleve Hancock was in there. And, I asked you 2 years ago, I said, who's that big kid standing?
Yeah.
Well, it was Royce White at that time. It's like, I liked it. And then now I said, that Cleve Hancock's a big old boy.
Yeah, very instrumental on Moss's long run down the sideline.
Okay.
Had a great block. And so a lot of those young guys are really getting after, and we're really, really proud of those guys. And any chance we can get to get them into the game. We don't like to do just full substitutions to where, you put in a fresh new offense line. We like to bring them in 2 or 3 at a time.
Okay. That's a good point.
We like to sub the D-line, but yet leave the secondary in for a minute in case you have a bust, and then try to sub those guys in. But all in all, getting meaningful reps.
I noticed that you started Zach Smith, I believe, at the left guard.
Yep.
And then later
Tyler
on.
Kitchens at center.
Yeah, and then he later on moved over to center.
Yeah.
And so that's good
Trying
in
to
that
get
you're building
reps.
some depth
That's
and
right.
all at center.
That's right.
So,
and Will Cooley will be back this week, which is good for us because he's a great team leader for us. And trying to get multiple people to be able to snap the football just in case.
all right. Hey, we're live at Your Pie Pizza, sponsored by Kia of LaGrange. You're listening to Troup High Coaches Show here live on Eagle Sports.
Hi, football fans. Jonathan Mooseman from Glenn Smith and Opelika. We love this time of year with all the excitement of football. We also love that Glenn Smith can play a part in supporting high school sports. We salute the team, coaches, band, the cheerleaders, and of course the families and fans. We are proud to be your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer with over 600 new and used vehicles every day. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Buick, GMC. Get ready to smile.
Hey, it's Mike. My team just pulled off the biggest upset ever.
Nice, Mike.
And some fans are getting crazy. They even flipped over a car.
Whoa.
Turns out it's my car, though.
Oh.
But I don't want to be upset right now. I want to know State Farm's going to take care of this, right?
We got you covered, Mike.
Yes! Woo!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange. Rogers Barbecue in LaGrange has been locally owned since 1945, and they have daily lunch specials for only $7.29, and that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night, from 5 to close, is all-you-can-eat ribs, and Thursday's all-you-can-eat catfish and with their Brunswick stew is famous throughout the region. They proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish, so dine in or use a convenient drive-through Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston physicians are on the sidelines providing immediate care to athletes after an injury. Houston physicians have been on the sidelines of football games since Dr. Houston started the tradition 60 years ago with the Auburn Tigers. The Houston Sports Medicine team provides high school pre-participation physicals, sideline coverage, and Saturday morning injury clinics at the Jack Houston Memorial Hospital during football season. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation care can be a game changer too. Contact a LaGrange Houston clinic at 706-884-3274.
Now back to the Kia of LaGrange Coaches Show, live at Your Pie LaGrange.
Welcome back to Your Pie Pizza here. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson. We're talking Troup High football, and we appreciate everybody, not only just here, but all over the internet. We appreciate Troup County Sheriff Officer Stuart Smith, who decided he wanted to send us a little picture from wherever in the world he is right now.
He's probably on the beach or something.
Did you notice I'm so bald-headed? My wife never tells me this. I don't understand. Powder. But what a great crowd here tonight. It started all at 7 o'clock, and you picked up on it when you first walked in,
Well,
Coach.
you got Coach Chambers back there to bat. They had a big win. Coach Wiggins had a big win. You even see Kane Bradfield in here. He's a freaking winner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there you go. But it's a really great crowd. Got a lot of Touchdown Club folks in here tonight, and it's just a great evening. And I know these guys over here, they feel like I do. We're just ready for it to cool off a little bit. It's so stinking hot outside, and but it's just a great night in here with the fans blowing.
Yeah, what a great time of the year. You could, right on the edge of the fall, Christmas, you could see it in the morning time, you can see it in the evening, but right now we're at that middle of the day where it's hot, especially when you guys are out there practicing. But, again, I just going back to that to the A.J. Tucker leads me back into the defensive thing. And, you know, the defense, you just got to be proud of the way your defense has played the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, we one thing that we make a decision at Troup is to play as many people as we can. We right now are not playing anybody both ways unless we have to. Mm-hmm. Now, we practice both ways. But, you know, with our offense and scoring the way they're scoring and doing some things, we're trying to keep them as fresh as possible. But we got to get better defensively. If we're gonna beat the teams that are on our schedule, and there are some really good teams coming up, then we got to get better defense. And we know that. The kids know that. But on the flip side of that, also when you're scoring a lot of points, that defense has been out there quite a bit. You know, we kicked off 8 times the other night.
True.
And so, you know, when you do that, your kickoff team's out there a lot, your defense is out there a lot, and so, but we're working really hard trying to get better.
Well, and speaking of getting better, let me just remind you before we go any further, you fans that are listening, this Thursday night at home, Callaway Stadium, kickoffs at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
against the Harris County Tigers. So it'll be a Tiger Fest there at the stadium. So you guys come on up. Harris County brings a is it a 2-0 record or 1-1?
2-1. They beat Carver Columbus, who is very talented. Mm-hmm. They beat West Side of Macon, who's just as talented. Yeah. And then they lost to a solid Upson Lee team.
Right.
And so I think it's one of the better Harris County teams we've seen in the last 4 or 5 years. At the skill positions, they are really, really good. Number 14 and number 4, they're real dynamic at the skill positions. And so we're going to have our hands full.
Well, we certainly want you guys to come on out. Again, Thursday night, 7 o'clock kickoff at Callaway Stadium, our second home game of the year. So you guys, you always support. So Tiger Nation, show up again, be loud, be proud. So you mentioned about all the kickoffs that we had, which is a blessing. You got a chance to try out a couple of different kickers at PAT and kickoff. And
we've got 4 kickers on our roster, and all 4 of those guys were able to either kick an extra point, punt, or kick off the other night. Mm-hmm. And so that's really good. And that's a competition that's probably going to continue for quite some time until they make some separation.
Mm-hmm. And let's go to, you mentioned Harris County skill people, but, you know, with guys like Mark Anthony Dixon and Zy Varner and Mercurius Kelly, and even Luke Purnell finally gets his touchdown, first touchdown catch of the year. And you know, I like to see all those guys getting involved.
Yeah, I was really happy for Luke Purnell because he's really one of our team captains. I mean, he's one of the top 2 or 3 guys that make us go. I think he's tripled his catch number from last year, which is really, really good. We thought about playing him on defense a little bit, but the things that we do with him offensively, from F-back to splitting him out to putting him in the backfield to catching balls out the backfield, he just does a tremendous job and so valuable to us.
Well, he's you could see that he's gotten stronger through the last couple of years, and it looks like he looks taller in his uniform as well. Maybe he's got the extended cleats, I don't know, or spikes there. But
his dad's a big old guy, and Luke's still growing.
Good.
And somebody's going to get a steal next week on Saturday, and I hope Coach Chambers is listening to this, because Luke Purnell is a football player, and he's got grades. He got 25 on the ACT. And he's just a football player, team captain, can do a little bit of everything, play center field and left field in baseball. So he's just a really great kid.
I took the ACT twice and got a 25 total.
I took it 3 times and made that.
Adding them up. Thank you. But anyway, it just to get back to Friday night's game, you can't help but the last 2 weeks, and you've been blessed by able to be able to put so many points on the board. And that's not going to happen every week. No way with the quality of opponents you guys have, especially starting Thursday night against Harris County. But it certainly gives the fans something to be excited about. But with that, you get a lot of opportunity to get a lot of kids playing early in the season.
Yeah, and that's one thing. But I think what you got to kind of figure out as the head coach is kind of what style do you want to play. You know, do you want to line up and huddle up and milk the clock and play really good defense and win games 21-14, 21-17? Or do you want to go fast, score a lot of points, and win a lot of games, 40s and 50s to whatever, and right now we're still trying to figure that out.
I got you.
And but we know we got some firepower on offense, obviously, and when you have somebody like a Kobe Hudson, you better use him.
I tend to agree with you. We were us Auburn fans were talking similar situations today, and you've got Joey Gatewood down there, and it's a shame that if he's not going to be playing quarterback for a little bit, you need to get him in the game somehow. He's a heck of an athlete.
Well, I think they did down around the goal line, a couple things.
That's right. Well, I mean, even when Nix is in there, though. I mean, again.
Maybe an F-back, tight end type guy.
Never know. Yeah. But the Troup High Tigers, again, coming off a wonderful victory this past Thursday night down at Kinnett Stadium. The last time we'll travel to Columbus this year. Unless
we only have 2 more away games.
That's right. We got our next away games will be at Chapel Hill and then at Cedartown.
Yep.
As far as we go, and so we're fortunate to be, even though we're visitors against Callaway and we're visitors against LaGrange, we'll be inside Callaway Stadium, so fans won't have to go anywhere as far as that goes. So with that, we're going to take one of our last breaks here. You're listening to the Troup High Coaches Show. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson on Eagle Sports.
For all sporting good needs.
The Medicine Cabinet has been proudly serving the community since 2009. Their experienced and friendly staff are committed to making you feel comfortable and cared for. At the Medicine Cabinet, they believe that being a local, independent pharmacy allows them to provide health care and compounding services that are customized to meet your every need. They invite you to come and see for yourself when you're there. You're a part of the Medicine Cabinet family. They will do everything they can to make you feel right at home. Locations in LaGrange on Vernon Road, Lee's Crossing, and Moody Bridge. The Medicine Cabinet on the web at medcaprx.com.
Now back to the Kia of LaGrange. The Troup High LaGrange.
Welcome back to Troup High Coaches Show. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson. I understand you didn't get that last time, so let's back up, and we're going to talk everything with the last 25 minutes. Not really. So we were talking about the Harris County game coming up this Thursday night, and a couple of away games. This was our last trip to Columbus, and we've only got 2 more travel away games, if we will. We'll be visitors when we play Callaway, and we'll be visitors when we play LaGrange. But good thing is we'll be at home to us in Callaway Stadium, so that's wonderful. And down the road we'll have to travel to Chapel Hill, which is up in Douglasville, and then we'll have to travel up 27 to Cedartown. With that being said, this Thursday night's a key contest. We've had a couple of games where we were able to put up some points, and that was nice. You got a chance to play a lot of people. But what can we expect from a 2-1 Harris County team coming in here?
Well, I think this is a much improved Harris County team, and I don't know that we're necessarily clicking on all cylinders right now. So we got to find ourselves a little bit. and it's more about what we do. They are extremely blessed, like I said, at the skill positions. They had an injury at quarterback, so they inserted a backup quarterback who's played really well. Number 14 and number 4 are really good players on the perimeter. They can match up with anybody on the perimeter. And so we got to come out and we got to assert ourselves. We got to do a better job in what we've been doing early in the ball game, and try to figure out who we are and try to play much better football. And pretty excited about it, though, the opportunity. And I'm glad it's a short week. We had a great practice today. It was hot, but the kids really embraced it and got after it.
You know, speaking of hot, I want to kind of go off the pathway that we had intended. I think about hot, and I think about, man, well, it should be nice when that facility that all of our fans voted for.
Oh,
give us a kind of a brief update on the.
Right. So today the kids were talking about it because pretty much on the football side of it, facing the football practice field, the siding is all up, so all the gray and then the brick around it, and you actually see all the windows where the locker room will be or is, and the weight room, and then they've got the garage doors hangers on the indoor facility now, and so it's coming along pretty quickly. And today would have been a great day for us, not to stay in there all day, but to kind of rotate around how we do our practice schedule. And kind of like they do at the dungeon over there with Kane Bradfield and those guys, you know, just get in there and kind of mix it up a little bit.
Now, you keep mentioning Kane. We're going to have to
That's my
charge
guy,
you for this
man.
advertisement.
Nah, that's my guy, man.
I'm just messing with you.
Have you ever seen Kane say it on Saturdays and stuff? I tune in.
I watch him.
I want to know, what advice Kane can give me. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, he didn't
did
he check those guns at the door is what I want to know.
But the energy level, man,
Yeah,
that is
no
just
doubt.
great. And Kane,
Absolutely.
thank you for all you do for this community, because whether it's Troup, whether it's LaGrange, whether it's Callaway, he loves the kids.
Absolutely.
Man. And that's the biggest thing. That's what we're all in it for.
Yeah.
We all compete and all this and that. We want to win more than we lose, but in the end of the day, we're trying to help everybody get better.
Absolutely. Well, that's what it's about, building a community and support and loving on one another. You know, we were just talking I just came off of my 40th class reunion, high school reunion meeting. We're going to have it this year at our homecoming, November I think the first on Friday night. We'll be playing, I want to say it's Central for homecoming.
Yep.
I'll have to go back and check
a much improved Central team.
That's right. But
Coach Smiley, his guys done a great job, and they got a couple of guys from Carrollton that moved in.
Sweet.
So they're doing a really good job.
Interesting. We talk about the kids, though. I think as you get older, you realize, you know, it's been 40 years since we've been out of high school, so we kind of want to appreciate our classmates and the people around us. And it's about just loving one another and being forgiving and just moving forward. Yeah, we should all try. We should all be very competitive. But bottom line is, it's do the right thing.
Well, I think at the end of the day, you compete like crazy, but at the end of the day, you walk out of there with a mutual respect for the hard work that everybody does.
Absolutely.
The one thing that I learned here at Troup, my first year going 1-9, I worked just as hard as that guy that went 10-0. I promise you.
I bet you did.
I promise you.
If not a little harder.
So that is a very humbling thing if you've never been through that. And, you just have a mutual respect for coaches, and you know how quick things can change. And that's a deal. You want to see people be successful.
Well, we like that. We like that at all. You know, you've been, 29 games over the past 3 seasons that you've accumulated in victories. That says a lot when you started that first year off with 0-9 and won your last game. And that kind of – and I know it was your last game, but it kind of set the tone for the next 3 years. And you're right. You worked hard for it, and the kids have responded. You know, we looked at last year. We've lost, several key players in Keem Makuta. You basically had to rebuild the offensive line.
24 seniors.
As far as I know, you had Michael Irvin coming back, and the rest you had to rebuild. And
one starter on the offensive line coming back. Lost our starting running back. Lost 3 top 3 receivers. Lost a lot of guys defensively with Keem Makutas of the world. Jamari Thrash, those guys, really great players. But anytime you lose 24 seniors and 7 coaches, that's a big deal.
It is.
That's a big deal. It takes a little bit of time, but I think that says a lot about us, where we are as a program.
We're going to get involved with some of those coaches over the next few weeks, having them on our show, too, to let you, the listening public, get to know who they are as well. Hey, you've been listening to Troup High Tigers Coaches Show. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson. You guys be ready to tune in next Monday night here live from Your Pie Pizza, sponsored by Kia of LaGrange, next Monday night at 8 o'clock. See you next week.
A Southern tradition since 1945, that's Rogers Barbecue and Catch.